we have for today.
It is Monday. We are live in studio with the Reliables, our wonderful show we do here at Zombie Orpheus Entertainment in partnership with the Pinnacle Entertainment Group, who happens to make Savage Worlds games. You know, a pretty damn fine game system, if I say so myself. I don't know if any of you tuned in on Thursday, but if you didn't, you really missed out. At least I think you missed out.
It was super fun.
It was great.
It was super fun.
So, hey, I got some people sitting at the table here, and I should probably introduce them, right?
Wait, character people now.
You can. You don't have to.
It's all three at once.
People, right?
It's everything.
But we're not in character yet, right?
It's everything.
It's country and western.
Yes. It's all at once.
Both kinds.
At this end of the table, I've got Christian Doyle here today. Christian Doyle not only plays Jonah Monks,
No, not just Jonah Monks.
Not just Jonah Monks, our shape-shifting trans-dimensional thief that if he completes this mission will no longer be on parole. But he's also playing the Avatar, Pete Lockjaw Lowe today. Don't ever call him Lockjaw to his face.
Right,
That's
right.
a hurtful rumor.
A dog mafia leg breaker who is talking to some mysterious person through the eyes of the audience.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. That's the thing.
Gangster / narrator.
That's right. Whew. And we've got Bryce Bebop in studio today. Bryce Bebop is normally Bryce Bebop. Did I just give you a nickname? I think it's
Bryce.
Bryce. Plays Vector Rain.
Vector Rain.
That's right. War hero. Holovid star. Probably should be leading the team. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Well, you know, not only is he Vector Rain's hero, he also happens to be Scruffy McSween, the low dog on the totem pole in all things Mafia. Kicked around, made to do the most menial of tasks.
Little dog in a big pound.
Yeah, little dog in a big pound. He'll never be a made guy, simply because he's not Italian.
But he's got the nicest head in the 5 families. Look at that shine there. Look at that.
I heard tell he's hypoallergenic.
It's going to be a weird one today, guys. I'm also joined by Sean Franklin, who not only plays John Stone, the cyborg, badass, and leader of the Reliables, who's also managed, if you followed these past few seasons, to put a crazy group of people who do all kinds of wild stuff into at least a moderately effective team sometimes. Which, if you've seen what he's working with, that is an accomplishment right there.
What I've got.
What are you talking about? We are all diamonds in the rough.
Sirs.
Yeah.
I'm just the diamond, not even in the rough.
There's a lot of rough.
I'm just going to have you pause right there.
That was a pun.
Thank you. He's also playing Sammy the Bull Dog, son of Don Corleone, next in line, in fact, to take the seat of power of the Corleone family. A little bit of temper and anger management issues going on with Sammy the Bull. He does kind of lose it a little bit. But he is also a ruthlessly
What do you mean lose it?
efficient.
What do you mean lose it?
Your temper. Okay.
Hey! Do your talky and move on, right?
There we go. I think we'll just move on then, as suggested. I got Xander Layden here, who is playing Paul, perhaps the most brilliant mind in all of the metaverse, in addition to being, 9 feet of sentient rock.
And having a suit made of television static.
Hey, that's a high-tech suit. Don't knock the suit. That's some technology right there. Paul is also piloting the avatar of Harold Hoyle, attorney at law, the consigliere, if it were, to the Corleone family, and the adopted brother of Sammy the Bull. Probably his best friend and most calming influence, though not often listened to.
And right in the middle
because
of
he's a bird.
Because he's a bird. He's not a dog. He's not Italian. But he's still, in his own way, part of the family.
He's also in the process of beaming down from the Enterprise.
Yep.
Or up. We can't really figure out which. But that's the cast for this show we're going to be putting on today. Now, something about this particular show is that you, the viewers watching at home, can change things and influence things as they're happening. And you get to do it through this incredible mechanic we have the store.
The store.
The store.
The store.
And Xander's going to tell you a little bit about the store and what's in it and how you can change the game while we play.
Yeah, so we have a few options on the menu today. We have
So you can't read with the jacket on.
a little more
Gotta roll
presence.
those sleeves up.
Our specials today include the shout out. If you want a charming English robot to read something aloud to us, you can get a shout out to make that happen. If you include any filthy words in there, they're going to get censored and replaced most likely. Which can be quite nonsensical and just adds to the charm. We also have bennies. A benny saved is a benny earned. If you get us a benny, we use those to soak damage, to re-roll bad rolls. They're just an all-around good thing to have in the back pocket when things go sideways. We love those. We also have Jam the Works, which is,
Boo!
yeah, it's kind of like the inverse of a benny. It's basically giving a benny to James. So,
I'll take all those.
Boo!
yeah, we had a lot.
And as we
had a lot
found out
of
last
such.
week, he'll use all of
Yep,
them too.
nope.
Oh, yeah.
True.
I
Mhm.
will.
We also have personality reorder. If you get that, you can
Make us come to our senses.
Make us come to our senses, go a little deeper
Or lose
in.
them.
Yeah, it's like a method actor getting too deep. You know, it can be a. If you want to change where we are on the slider, that's the way to do it. Win, lose, or draw. You got a win, lose, or draw. You can alter the initiative rolls. Well, initiative draws that we've pulled. And is that something that we get to just choose to use, basically?
When there's a draw,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
use it at any time. You know,
Okay.
someone brought something up earlier that we're going to throw in and have it. Not only can you use win, lose, or draw to replace your card if you don't like it, choose between the two of them as it were. You can use it, you guys can, I can't, to make me replace my card.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't like what I drew? I got to pull another one. You get to choose. between
Even if
those
you
two,
pull a
but I-
joker?
Even if I pull a
Ooh,
joker.
oh, okay now.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
I like it.
You can take that right away from me. Like,
No joker for you.
Game plan, guys. Game plan.
And in addition to that, we have Shocker on Shock Street, which is kind of like a personality reorder, except much more chaotic and wide-spanning.
and I have one of those. Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yep. James can pull all those to just kind of randomly set us wherever, and it can change things very quickly. Dance Magic Dance, you get that bot out, and we'll just start boogieing for you. We'll start shucking and jiving and capering and
Two-stepping.
two-stepping. It's really fun. I love doing it. Cantering, trotting. What are other horse words?
Galloping.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Gluing.
Oding? I don't know.
Not so much a dance as a stage of life.
The next one we got is story time. If you want some backstory, some of that juicy lore on any given character, that's the way you make that
Juicy
happen.
lore.
We'll spill our guts, give you a little insight onto the character and the overall story. And we also have a reliable source, similar but distinct. If you want a confessional style kind of rundown, how a person is viewing the events of the episode, we'll just kind of gossip and give you a little bit of a little insight. We also
A
have
little something.
getting an education.
That's a lot more expensive.
Don't sell them too hard on it, Sam.
Yeah. No, soft sell. Getting an education. You get that, and James can buff various enemies with all sorts of nasty edges, all sorts of perks.
And he's got a couple of those right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm going to use them.
It looks like we got the next. Wow.
Okay, and last but not least,
Oh, not last. There's one more down
Oh,
there.
yeah?
You just can't see it.
I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You're gonna have to guess.
Am I
I'm
gonna
going
have
to
to
guess what the very last one is.
Okay.
Attack, buddy.
Okay.
But don't skip,
Mhm.
You can't skip the rule.
Penultimate rule is the rule of cool. You got a rule of cool, and everyone throws out the most buck wild stuff they can come up with for an action, and just really shoot for the moon, and then the audience votes on who gets to do it with a raise. The caveat is everyone else that didn't win still has to try it, but with all the potential negative penalties that they might have accrued by, suggesting some absurd
I think Ranger Rhonda still holds the record on the highest number. Like it ended
It's
up
like
being
a
like a negative 18
30 or
So
something.
good.
Yeah,
It was
no,
stupid.
it was like 30 actions. It was the
It
best.
was a lot.
There was like a marriage
Yeah.
ceremony
Oh
involved.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's
Which shows you what you can attempt to do.
like there was fire dancing.
Yeah.
It had everything.
But if she won, she would have just done all of that.
Yeah.
So that's what's exciting about it. Really cool. Love it. We also have Hack Attack. With a Hack Attack, you can reach your fingers right into the game, change the DNA, rewire things as you see fit, and swap the organs of the narrative willy-nilly. You can do a lot with a Hack Attack.
Thank you, Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a creepy way to explain any kind of surgical procedure. Like
Yeah.
somebody's bare hands
Yeah.
reaching around the story,
Got it.
getting all sticky with plot.
Yeah.
Xander's a creepy little boy.
Halloween was yesterday. I'm still in the mood.
Don't
you know?
worry about you, Layton. I'll worry a lot.
But yeah, there's some limitations. You can't bring anyone back from the dead. You can't make anyone fall in love, and you can't wish for more wishes. But with some exceptions, you can basically do what you want. It's pretty wild. Wow, that is a store, baby.
That is a good store.
That's a good story. Thank you, Xander. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we're playing the Savage Worlds game system, which if you don't know what that is, you should definitely check it out. And Christian's going to tell you a little bit about that game system that we use.
Wait, I'm supposed to talk about the Savage World system.
Yeah, you should go tell
I'm
us.
actually
boy.
completely
Speak.
unprepared for something like the Savage World system by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. This is the Adventure Edition. We are going to be playing that today. It's a wonderful, very, very crunchy yet story-driven RPG system that you can play just about any kind of setting you can possibly imagine. It has dozens and dozens, if not hundreds at this point, of different IPs that are attached to it that help the game go along. So we can play everything from superheroes to dog mobsters to everything in between. It's a lot of fun. It works very, very simply with dice from D4 to D12 based on your traits and your skills. When we have to roll something, we roll that die, whichever our trait is, plus a wild die. We take the highest of the two numbers. If that number happens to be the highest number on the die, we roll it again and add that number to it. That's called an exploding die. For initiative, we deal cards. Highest card goes first, lowest card goes last. That's Savage Worlds. Fast, furious, fun.
Savage.
Back to you.
I thought you said you weren't prepared for that. You didn't have
Savage World!
that seemed pretty well rehearsed there.
No, not really.
No?
A
Not at
little
all?
something I threw together. No, we're improv. We're improv actors.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
All of us.
Yeah. Hey, we're also using pilots and avatars. We talked a little bit about sliders. I've introduced the avatars and the pilots. But let me tell you what pilots and avatars are. Pilots are, well, our main cast. The reliables themselves are meta pilots. This means that they can jump into these metapods and travel into the avatars of other beings in other dimensions, where they share the body with them. And control of that is indicated by that slider you see at the bottom of the screen there. It goes back and forth between pilot, avatar, and in the middle, the P being for pilot, the A being for the avatar, and, well, the middle being the middle. And whoever happens to be in control, well, it'll be indicated.
I'm gonna be
12.
A wonderful idea. And threw it in the dumpster.
We
It's
appreciate
your
you.
fault, Leo.
You have a filthy mind.
It's true.
I didn't make the thing a red rocket between a P and an A. You did that. That's you.
Yeah,
You made choices.
choices were made. They weren't necessarily good ones.
Like, how did you think we weren't gonna make that joke?
How do you think you weren't going to make that joke?
How did we think that I or Helen wasn't going to make that joke?
Now you're being censored by a train.
So those are pilots and avatars, and there are different ways that you can influence that, like we talked about in the store. But let's move on, and I try and have this episode instead of talking about P's and A's and red rockets.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being
Other
But
people
we're
real
doing an
conversation.
episode about gangster dogs.
Yes, we are. In fact, let's go back a little and let's talk about what happened last week. You know, since you seem to be so talkative today,
100% prepared. Very well. Have it your way. ever since I was a little pup, all I ever wanted to be was a good dog. A good boy, in fact. So I started running with the gang, the Corleones, set to look after the son of the whole operation, Sammy, the bulldog. Along with Scruffy and Harold, we've been through some things here in what we call the dog mafia. Namely, having a night on the town, chasing cars, chasing tails, lapping up the good stuff, if you will. But that was all before Sammy's dad got shot. We went to go see him at the hospital, and that's when all hell broke loose. Now, we're just trying to get out of the hospital with the Don intact and with our own hides intact. We'll see how it goes.
And that's exactly where we are picking up at. You are still on the floor.
On the spot.
Nicely done. You're still on the floor where Don Corleone is in intensive care, recovering from his terrible surgery and in a coma. There are dead bodies all over the place from your actions in the past episode, and the phone call from downstairs in the lobby from some of the people you have stationed down there let you know that the entire hospital is crawling with.
Well, not if the good boys have anything to say about it.
But you know the place is crawling with them, and you gotta get your dad out of here. There's no way that you can hold this floor or even a room against so many of them. They're gonna get to you.
All right.
Beds on wheels, right?
Beds on wheels.
Harold? You might want to be the guy pushing. Some of us are probably going to have to do some shooting.
I might. Grab the bed.
Yeah.
Sammy, we
Yeah.
got to keep you safe too, so take up the rear.
Take up the rear. I ain't taking up no rear. If these Rafanos want to fight, I take the fight to them. That's what I do. I'm a bulldog.
Well, we could take the fight to them, Sammy, no problem. I mean, we'll do exactly that. I just thought maybe we would try and get out of the hospital alive first.
We'll be alive. We're not getting out of here with our tail between our legs, all right?
Very well. I'll take up the rear. You get him, boss. Make sure you're covering the boss. Okay.
I got you, boss. We can do this, boss.
Well, you disabled one of the elevators. You've got one elevator open. You've got the stairs, and there's probably some kind of an elevator that the hospital staff use in here somewhere that you haven't used yet.
All right.
I mean, they gotta have something.
A freight elevator, right?
A
Taking
freight
the
elevator?
gurneys up and down,
Yeah.
supplies and whatnot. Okay? We're gonna take them head on, but we ain't gonna be stupid about it, all right? So let's find a different way to get down there.
Well, they're going to be looking for a different way up anyway. We disabled one of the elevators and we threw a grenade down the stairwell. I don't know where that came from, by the way.
We're moving a body. Let's go to the morgue.
All right. My brother,
Sammy.
since you are the only bird in our whole family, I want you to first take a look around outside. See if you see anybody coming in on us, all right? Anybody skulking around, covering the exits, so we'll know what we're up against, okay? Let me know what you see.
I'll take a look.
All right? Don't be too long.
You want I should hold your jacket?
Yeah. Thank
I've always wanted to see you do this.
Yeah,
I heard you did it at a party a couple years ago.
Yeah. I'm not a,
What do you do with your
trained
thumbs? I'm super curious about that.
Oh,
You just tuck the thumbs?
I tuck the thumbs. Yeah. Just don't get it wrinkled.
No, of course not.
All right. I'm gonna.
I gently lay it over the dog's body. There you go.
All right. I'm heading for an exit, and yeah.
Well, the windows aren't really meant to open all the way here, but I mean, you've caused enough damage. What's breaking a window?
All right.
You pop the glass out of it. Are you just gonna fly out, or are you poking your head out? What's your plan?
No, there's not enough clearance on this window to get, so I'm gonna like hang off of the edge. I'm gonna crawl out, hang off of the edge, and then spread the wings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Excellent cinematic moment.
Yeah.
You spread the wings
Dive
out.
backward, you know.
Dive backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nice spin into it and take a lap around the building. And you can't see a lot of movement down below, but you see a couple of more vehicles pull up and guys run into the lobby downstairs.
Okay.
There's a lot of shooting going on downstairs, so at least a few Corleone soldiers have got to be down in the lobby still trying to hold their own, which might be slowing them down a little bit. But judging by the shooting, they're not going to last that long. They're probably outnumbered and outgunned. I mean, Sammy did have just about every single soldier out smashing Rafano operations. So there wasn't really a strong contingent of people here at the hospital. He was taking the fight to them and doing a miraculous job at it. I mean, that half the Rafano operations are already either up in flames or completely broken from just a few nights' work on Sammy's part there.
Hey, Harold, why don't you crap on something while you're out there?
Well, what? I'm gonna drop my trousers while I'm in the midair and have my bird butt just hanging out.
We don't want to see that.
No. I dive back into the room.
But you were able to see one thing promising. I mean, on the side entrance where the ambulances pull up, there didn't seem to be as many of them there. And more importantly, none of their vehicles were parked there blocking the ways in or out. They were pulling right up front onto the sidewalk, but you might be able to get down there, and there happened to be an ambulance down there. Looks like maybe they just offloaded somebody or whatever, but they probably didn't stick around with all that shooting. It does mean there's an ambulance sitting right down there.
All right.
If you can get down there.
We can.
Yeah. I dive back into the room, tuck and roll.
Leo, can I see our sliders?
Let's see where everybody's at on the sliders. Oh, everybody's exactly in the middle. Wow.
All right.
We got a mix of pilot and avatar going on. Full access to both sheets. That does give you some options.
Looks like the side entrance is less guarded. We can get out in the
How many floors are we up?
14.
Oh, dang. All right.
How many feet is that?
About 140. About 140,
Got it.
roughly.
And dogs are man-sized generally?
Yep. There's a few that are short, but not a few.
All right.
I mean, Sammy's probably the shortest, but he's also
overtaxed myself.
built. So,
How far are we from the roof?
it's only 2 more floors up to the roof.
Can we get to the roof? Let's get to the roof.
Yeah, let's go to the roof.
I got a plan.
Taking the
You got a
stairs?
plan?
No, we have a gurney, so we got to take that freight elevator.
Yeah, you do.
This better
Oh,
be a
man.
good plan.
I didn't say it was good, but I think we might get out of here alive.
It's good enough, right? Right, boss?
I will
All right.
say this much. It is a plan.
Fine.
Fair enough.
If I explain it to you, it's going to sound insane.
It takes you a couple of minutes to find the freight elevator floor on this particular floor, but you find it and call for the elevator, and you can see it moving slowly up from the bottom floor. It's going to take a minute to get here.
Let's keep that covered.
Yeah.
Head pulls up, your guns are pointed, you are ready, and the doors slide open. And it is, in fact, occupied. There's a hospital gurney in there with a wounded-looking person on it, and two zebra guys, zebra humanoids in EMT outfits who are cowering in the corners.
We got wounded up here if you want to get out. Plus, we're already in ICU, so either way, get the fuck out.
Hands are up, they push the gurney out and clear the elevator for you.
Do they wear, like, hospital uniform type thing?
Well, they're in EMT uniforms.
outfits, yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been those ambulance drivers.
We could probably use some of their,
But as they're
tires there.
clearing out of the elevator, you can hear voices back from where you came from, where the one functioning elevator was. Spread out! They're on this floor! We're gonna get them!
Beep.
Go, 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 go.
Door close, door close, door close, door close, door close.
Does the button actually work? Does it actually do anything when we press
No,
it?
no,
Is
I've did it like 10 times.
You're waiting, and just as the doors start to close, you see a couple of Rafano goons step around the corner.
Bang.
They're taking the elevator! One of them shouts, and the door's closed.
So,
Roof, yeah.
Yeah,
Roof. It's only
yeah.
16 floors up. Roof,
Now-
roof.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the elevator doesn't, just go up to the roof. It just goes up to the top floor. You're still going to have to find a way up to the roof from there.
Scruffy, help me with this gurney.
all right.
And while we're going up, there's some cool music playing in the background. I'm sure there is.
Oh no, it's sick. I'm sure it's just awesome.
I'm sure
It's
it
probably
is.
terrible if you're in an elevator.
But you know, when we kill all these guys, I think I want to open up a lounge and play some like cool music in it. You know?
Elevators getting to your head, boss.
And the doors slide open if you're on the top floor.
Me and Scruff are gonna, hike the gurney up and get up those stairs, trying to keep the dawn as comfortable as possible.
All right,
Keep
you
level.
make your way to the stairwell, open up. You can hear from down below quite a few floors. Footsteps, lots of them, people coming upstairs. And the shouting voice, somebody blew up the stairs!
Throw some more of those grenades, man.
Still gonna be
What?
slippery.
What am I made of grenades?
I don't know.
What am I in the army now? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't even know where the first one came from. I think I found it under the desk or something.
All
that makes
right.
sense.
Let's go with your plan already.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
bust open the door. You're now on the roof. It's a little bit windy, but not too bad up
Great.
there.
So I guess the plan is we get the gurney,
Okay.
we get it right up to the edge,
sounds dangerous.
right up to the edge. Okay, and everybody hold on to the gurney, and then we jump off the roof.
I mean, there's a lot of bed sheets here. I might be able to.
Like I said, this is gonna sound crazy, but my plan is to increase my size and mass and then turn into a very large parachute. I told you this sounds stupid.
Let's do it. This sounds great. I think we could rappel down the roof.
Yeah, Sammy, you gonna hit me? Yeah, no, I got you.
You better have something smarter to say than that.
Yeah, this sounds real dumb. But there's just a part of me that knows I can do it.
Boss, has he ever let you down, boss? Like,
A part of me knows I can do it.
Yeah.
As you listening to these motivational tapes again?
Look, so you gotta hold them off for a few seconds, because if I try and do it all at once, it's gonna be real hard. But if I take my time, never mind, I'm just gonna start.
Now, as
I'm doing a
as
shape-changing, not a shape-changing.
So as I'm in
but
the middle, John Stone is like getting what he's putting down. So he
Yeah.
kind of takes over Sammy's persona
I'm
and
using
kind of
growth,
brings him back.
Oh, okay. You got
growth, and I'm gonna spend a penny to go full.
going full Jonamox.
Gentleman.
One Benny spent full Jonamox. And
Yep.
what do you have for focus to use that?
Only an 8.
All right.
I've only got an 8.
I'll take a D8 and a D6 as Jonamox tries to use some growth.
So
It's
that's,
usually Leo.
all right. Proper form.
Are you using a personal Benny to re-roll that?
Nope.
Nope.
Are
just
they
gonna
up
wait.
here?
Nope, not yet.
I'm gonna try again the next round.
All right. You give it a few seconds, take a few breaths.
Shotgun at the door.
I'm just standing there grunting,
He's in
looking
cover.
like I'm squatting, like I'm gonna take a crap. I've like turned around a couple of times. All right. Again.
All right. Another round goes by. Give me another D8 and
Something strange
D6
is
as you try
happening, boss.
again.
It's all right. It's all right. It sounds crazy, but let him go.
5 is enough for a success. Now, the amount of power points you spend is going to determine how much bigger you're getting there. How
I'll go
big
2
do you
sizes
go?
bigger.
Going 2 sizes bigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll that way no matter what I'll be big enough.
So before your eyes, Pete gets taller and taller and taller.
So can we describe what he's doing and how he's able to do this for people who are uninformed?
Yeah, he looks like he looks like he's trying to take a crap, and he just kind of like expands in size.
2 #Benny for Jonamox plan.
hey.
Thank you.
It
Thank
might
you.
work even.
It might work
It
even.
might work.
So as a shape-shifting dog, it was expanding and shifting around. You're literally just Jake the dog from Adventure
Oh
Time.
yeah, very much so. Yeah,
Just-
and I'm expanding like Jello. Like when a cell doubles in size right before it splits. It's that kind of like mass upon mass.
You've got a 12-foot tall Pete Lockjaw Low on the roof with you.
I can't explain why, but this kind of makes sense. Is there something that seems right about this old me here?
I mean,
Next round,
And right about the
Yeah.
time that he becomes
with you.
12 feet tall, that doorway to the roof busts open. Rafano goons. Let's deal out some cards.
Yep. Everybody grab on.
It's fighting time.
Oh, would you look at that?
It's slobbering time.
Sammy
like what
got
we're
a
saying.
joker.
Good job, Sammy.
Get him, Summer.
So that not only means you can go at any time, including interrupting someone's turn in the middle of it. Whatever you do this turn gets a +2 bonus to it. So you can go
So-
first if you want to, or you can wait.
Your action right now, what is it your action going to be right now?
I'm gonna grab this thing and jump off the roof with it while shape changing into a giant parachute.
But we have to be with you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be on that gurney before I
Okay.
do anything.
Right. How
So
many?
you
How
want to
many?
end your action hanging onto that gurney.
So how many?
Well,
are
if
gonna
I
bust
have to
through?
go after everybody, then
There's only 2 that can really get through the door at once, but you're pretty sure that that stairway is probably full of goons on their way up. But there's only 2 right in the doorway that you can see.
Okay. How close are they to us?
About 30 feet or so.
Oh, okay, so pretty close.
That classic
right.
doorway that's just, on the roof, busted open. Yeah.
Not a problem. Guys, grab on. I got these guys here. So he has 2 of them.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot both of them. Now, 30 feet. It's not a difficult shot. I'm
we're
in
gonna have
the.
to hold
Uh-oh.
and pretty much restart the Seattle.
Well, hello there.
You said after the train.
Leo!
You had one job.
One job, Leo.
and that was it.
Thing!
Job.
Damn it, Leo! Where's Cleo?
We can't take you anywhere.
Come on up, Leo.
Are you there? Because I'm here. I don't know if you're there, though.
If we're here and you're here, say something.
Are you there?
Do you read
Let me know you're alive.
Lieutenant Boyd?
Don't type, just talk real loud.
Yeah, so I know you're there. No?
Oh,
Something. Hey!
there we
They're
go.
there. And we're here. So that means we're alive. Right?
That would mean that, yes.
That's what
Wait,
their card
you
said,
guys
right?
missed a couple of moments there. So,
Because Leo broke Twitch.
yeah, of course. Thanks, Leo. They said they lost us around the growth roll. So, I don't know, maybe kind of catch us up there, Bryce, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, since he was the one chewing, that
Yeah.
seems like that seems like
Yeah, that's accurate. My mouth is full. That's fine.
Yeah. You think I didn't pick him for that particular reason?
Oh, I know you did, you bastard.
So, our friend, maybe Jonah Mox, started growing. He got real big. He got about 2 times the size big.
He got big AF.
I got big twice, so
Twice big.
2 scales.
Then all of a sudden, the door to the rest of the building kicks open. And there's 2 dudes there.
Yeah.
2 dudes.
Sammy the Bulldog looks at him.
2 dudes.
And then we got Choppy and Frozen.
That sounds about right.
That was
yeah,
it.
that about sums it up.
But we do have some cards. Let's take a look again at where those cards
Hey.
ended up for that round. Because there was a Joker there. Oh, you know what else you got to do with the Joker? You can put anybody here on the table, anywhere on the slider you want.
Yeah,
Anybody.
and we all get a
Yourself,
Benny.
Somebody else. Yep, everybody
Oh,
got a Benny. That's your
beautiful,
personal
beautiful.
Benny.
All that happens with a Joker.
All
Yep.
that happened with Joker.
And don't I get a bonus for actions as well?
Plus
2.
2 bonus to whatever you try to do. But hey,
So many
before you make any
actions.
actions, is there anybody you want to move on the slider anywhere?
Does anybody need moving
I think
action?
everybody is straight up and down except for me.
Right,
Yep.
you're all the way
You're
over
all in the
into
middle. Jonah Mox is all Jonah
full
Mox.
pilot.
I would
I'm
love more
comfortable
vector.
right now.
What's that?
Give me all the vector.
You want to go full vector?
Oh, I want to go full vector.
All right, he goes full vector.
All right, we're in full pilot over there too. All right, I like it.
He's now at full power.
You've unleashed.
Okay, so you can go first, Joker, or you can wait and go at any time you want during the turn, including interrupting an action in progress. So,
Well, I'm gonna want you guys to get situated because obviously we're gonna do something really dumb with the gurney and parachute boy over here. So,
Yeah.
but actually, you don't need it. You can just fly.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
come to
there is
think-
that.
Yeah.
All right.
I still have your jacket technically
Okay.
on the gurney.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, with you flying, you can actually help him successfully pull this off because he's gonna take some of the weight off of it for him.
Yeah.
So that'll be easier. Okay. So all it really needs is for me to cover you. Because you're going to go with them. I'm going to go as well.
I gotta cover you because you're the boss.
Yeah.
That's
All right, fine. I'll let you do that then. Because I know that as Scruffy, that's what you want to do so bad. Is to take care. Okay, fine. So I'm going to take care of these first two guys coming through the door.
I like it.
Very simple. I'm just going to shoot them. Nothing fancy.
Just shooting them?
No.
Well, you know, because you got that Joker, it cancels out the multi-action bonus, so it'll just be straight shooting rolls, and since you're in the middle, you can use either sheet.
And so in that case, I'm also blue again. Dag nabbit. Why am I blue?
We'll cheer you up,
Stop
Sean.
paying attention to it.
Huh? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? Who said what? Anyway, so, but I'm gonna go for headshots
Oh, do you?
because since I'm not having that penalty as usual, I'll go ahead and do headshots with my John Stone stats.
What is John Stone's shooting score?
Well, John Stone is a pretty good shot. We're talking 12.
Not only at E12, but I think he's got like some kind of edges or abilities involved shooting, like something to do with like maybe the cybernetics he's got or something.
Just for shooting?
Yeah, I mean,
Do I?
I think it might be on that next page of yours.
The next page?
Yeah, where
Well,
it lists
super
your
skilled shooting.
cybernetics.
Increase the skill die type, but I'm already at that.
Yeah.
That's my ability.
I think in your cybernetics you got something down there at the bottom, in that really tiny print.
See,
It's
folks, I
hard to
almost
read.
never use pistols, so I didn't even know about this. I'm usually just doing pure
Something to do with you know.
grant to
target.
all shooting rolls, weapons once calibrated.
Yeah, and you're definitely calibrated. You've been in this body for a bit, so that right there cancels out your called shot penalties. So you're just going to be doing straight John Stone shooting rolls.
Heck yeah.
So I need 12 and a 6 rolled twice for John Stone's shooting rolls.
Oh, no.
Pat.
Baby.
Well, both of them have an acing die roll.
Ah.
So we're going to end up with an 18 and a 9 for the two shooting results. Those are both hits with raises. So it's the listed damage for that pistol that saved me the bullets.
Basic pistol is a 2d6 plus 1, yeah.
All right, with an extra d6 for the raise and an extra d6 for the called shot. That's 4d6 plus 1 for each one of those shots. Oh, and down goes a goon. Give me another roll. Ooh, that one aces and very much does it again. Two clean shots to the head, both of them, right as they kick open that door, just drop straight to the ground. Shots to the head.
Wow.
Never
Whoa,
gonna.
down, boy.
They never saw that coming.
Man.
Let's look at those cards again and see who would and should be next.
It's me.
I know it is. But unfortunately, neither Harold nor Vector have gone yet. And were you going to grab onto the gurney or anything as a movement action after you shot
Yeah,
those
at the end,
guys?
yeah. I'm gonna-
Okay.
Well, I gotta wait till
gonna do
Scruffy's
that.
on too.
So you're going to delay until after Scruffy?
I don't think you can technically delay, so I've got to.
You got to hold, yeah.
Oh, I can. I can hold.
You can hold and not go then, but if you want to interrupt somebody's action, that requires a roll. Otherwise, you can just wait till after they've gone and go.
Okay. Yeah, I will wait until after Scruffy is gone.
Usually you do like an agility test to interrupt somebody if you're trying to hold until they do something. But you're not trying to interrupt him. So you just wait until right after
Wait
he
until
goes.
he is finished.
So Harold, that puts you next.
Yeah. You know, these gurneys are not the most secure thing if you're sitting on it. I want to make sure that that the Dawn is strapped in properly. You know, if I have to make makeshift, I just want to if he's rocking back and forth.
Good plan. I'm going to want a repair roll from you.
All right.
Since you're in the middle, you can use either sheet.
I'll do a Paul. That'll be 10 plus 2.
All right. -1 because you're in the middle makes it 10 plus 1. And that's still enough to get a 4, which is a basic success. So you are able to make sure that the Dawn is strapped in.
Okay.
You know, he still seems to be breathing. I mean, he's just, poor guy's in a coma. I mean, he was a pretty severe injury. He got 4 gunshot wounds, barely survived the surgery. This whole dropping off a building thing might be a little rough on him.
Okay. Do you want a hand at getting down, or should I clear the way downstairs?
Well, we're going down the backside where the ambulance is, so
Yeah.
we have less to worry about there. And I got.
Yeah. I can land down there and make sure everything's clear, basically.
Oh,
before
cool,
everyone-
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Then
you're going over the side,
I'm
flying
jumping down, and I'm
All right.
tucking those wings behind me, and I'm.
A full dive.
Yep.
All right. I am going to want either an agility or athletics test from you to pull that dive off successfully.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'll go with agility or I'll go. Yeah, either way, it's going to be an 8 using Paul's.
All right, I will take a D8 and a D6.
I forget how surprisingly agile Paul.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, he's not clumsy just because, or excuse me, they aren't clumsy just because they're 9 feet of moving rock. And that's going to be more than good enough. You pull off a great dive, full turnabout land
And then
right there.
unfurl the wings at just the right moment.
Yep, it looks great.
Like the Batman dive landing from Arkham City.
Yeah.
And from here, where the ambulance is parked, you can kind of see into that bottom floor, like where the lobby is and everything. And there's still 2 of the Corleone goons or soldiers are still holding out behind the receptionist desk, having a gunfight with it looks like at least a dozen Rafano guys who have, basically just got them pinned down so they can get access to all the elevators. But with all that shooting going on at each other, no one's looking this way just yet.
Nobody looks
Cool.
up.
They didn't see you land. Vector reigns.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna jump onto the gurney,
Okay.
like straddle his legs, have both shotguns just ready to go, aimed at the door, so that when somebody becomes a parachute and pushes us off, I'll be able to, 1, shoot if anybody comes, but also direct and help guide us with shotgun blasts.
So you're going to steer with shotgun blasts.
Yep.
That's
Just remember those ropes are my arms and legs.
On it.
Yes. The joys of tabletop gaming physics or lack thereof. I guess that brings us to you.
I'm gonna steal his pants. No, I'm gonna do something less crazy and turn into a giant gummy parachute and bring the gurney safely down right behind that ambulance, so we can just open the door and wheel him in.
I'm gonna need you to make a couple of different rolls for
Shape
that.
changing in athletics.
Yeah, that's what
I had a
I'm
feeling
going
those would be the rolls.
Hashtag 4th wall fun fact. Paul technically moves via piezoelectric manipulation of the silica in their body, which means they are not constrained by such considerations as bones, tendons, or other squishy bits.
Yep.
thank you, nerd.
Flex in any direction.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's quite frightening.
That is kind of good. Wow.
Try not to do it too often.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terrifying to
The
think
more
about.
you know.
Yeah, it's a fact. That's also why submission holds don't work on Paul.
Also,
No
because he
squishy
The other
bits.
way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He also doesn't
It's like,
breathe.
oh, you bend my arm, and yeah, it goes all the way around.
It's also
That
when
way.
you can't bribe him with a handy.
Nobody's polishing
Yeah.
that granite.
Well,
How about that focus roll for shape changing?
You got it. That'll be a D8.
All right, I'll take a D8 and a D6 from the child.
Don't call Leo that.
Oof.
Even with the -2 multi-action penalty, that's a 5. So that's gonna succeed. You do become a giant gummy parachute.
You're damn right. Now for the athletics test. To see if we land right. That's important. Not only right side up, but in the right spot.
And so you can hang on to this thing as it's falling with the weight of 3 individuals and a gurney on it.
Yeah. That's why I am 3 times the size as normal, so I can support that weight.
What do you got for athletics?
That is to say, Jonomox has a 10.
All right, I will take the D10 and the D6. -2 multi-action penalty still applies.
Also, keep in mind.
But I'll take
that,
the 11 and take that 9 and still get it with a raise.
Keep in mind that he's being assisted by Vector Rain's shotguns.
Yeah, I've got,
Right?
I've got shotgun
Yeah.
assistance happening. I'm going to
If
land.
there's anything in the way,
Dun, and we land, and then ninja vanish.
Where did he go?
I don't know. He's
I'm
holding.
right here. I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry. I won't do that anymore.
Wow.
You float lazily down. But as you're getting closer to the ground, you realize that the lazy float is a lot faster than you thought it was.
Oh, quick, Vector, shoot the ground.
Done. Boom.
And you shoot the ground just a few feet away from poor Harold, who happens
Yeah.
to be standing there.
It's not birdshot. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And land. Now, on side effect is this is as you land in this giant parachute form and the gurney hits the bottom with all of you down there. Because of the shotgun blasts, a couple of the individuals from inside have now looked out that side door and seen you there with the gurney, Sammy the Bull. They're not so stupid as to not know what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and
Boss, why don't you tell me to use shotguns?
That was
deal out some more cards and see what happens next.
I wasn't going to use them, though, until you told me to.
Let's take a look at how those cards
Your
shake out.
tactics leave a lot to be left. Desired.
Well, you know, those aren't great cards for you, but considering I have one of the worst possible cards that you can get, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
But you're adorable, though.
It's true.
Hey,
Look at
don't
you.
talk about Don Rafano that way.
All right. That makes me starting off with the young Don to be.
Yep, Sammy / John Stone, you've landed at the bottom. There's an ambulance sitting right here. The back doors are still open on it.
You can roll your dad right onto that sucker.
So now that we're on the bottom level, who's around that are,
Well, you're
aggressive?
outside of the
What
building, right by
aggressives?
where that ambulance is pulled up, where the emergency entrance is. Inside the lobby, you can see what Harold saw a moment ago. That there's two Corleone soldiers are still inside, holding the receptionist desk, and against at least a dozen, probably more, Rafanos. But a few of them looked outside when those shotgun blasts went out and are shouting to each other. You know it's about to get ugly, but you've got a few moments before they're even going to turn any attention this way.
Right.
And you've got an empty ambulance sitting right here.
Right. So there's two of them there. There's more in the lobby. More going to be on the way, but we're right by the ambulance. Fantastic.
Just a few feet away from it.
Um,
And you're going
see.
first.
Checking some of my stats here. Who's the best driver anyway?
You, boss.
Well, I'm talking about out of our pilot personas
Pilot.
I was telling you, you still have +2.
for driving.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a D6,
I'm not
but
a driver.
+2.
Okay, I'm dealing with a 6 plus 2. So, all right, load my father in the back carefully. All right, carefully.
On it.
Okay.
Got it.
Now I'm gonna get into the front. Get ready to drive this thing out of there.
Keys are still in the ignition.
As they should be.
Lucky.
Hey, don't let any of those goons get out of the lobby. As soon as one of them takes 1 foot out the door, blast them.
Done.
All right. All right.
Shotguns.
So yeah, I'm in the driver's seat. Fire that thing up.
Yeah, it turns right over. It's kind of a beastly vehicle. It weighs a lot, but you know, it is an ambulance. On the plus side, if something does happen, it's fully loaded with emergency medical gear.
Yeah. Do any of us have medical skills? I should have some, right? Do I? I don't even know if I do.
I think Paul probably does. Let's see. Yeah.
All right.
Paul
So
can
if
do
we,
something,
okay,
yeah.
very good. All right, cool. All right. So who's in?
#memory. I desperately want the Rufano John, the big dog of the Rufanos, to talk like broken collar alpha from Up XT.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Very high pitched.
Wow.
Very tiny dog voice.
All right. So I'm in the driver's seat. Cover that door. Scruff.
On it.
Anybody that steps out, blast them.
All right, you've got it fired up. You are ready. Just push that accelerator. Ambulance is in gear. It is time to roll as soon as you are loaded up. Who's next after Sammy the Bull / John Stone? Oh, it looks like it's...
ghost?
Invisimax.
Oh, no, it's going to be yourself there with that 9. 9's
Oh,
before
it's a
8
9?
there. Mhm.
It's upside down for me. I thought
It is
was
upside
6.
down.
Well then,
That's what happens with,
yeah,
9s. When
numbers
they turn
are
upside
weird
down, they
like
look like a
that, right?
6. No. But I have the master over here, and I can
that
tell that
makes
it's a 9,
sense.
so.
Nice. All right.
But somebody put the cards in a weird place.
Jeez, who did that, I wonder?
Who would have done that?
Some horrible person who's worked 35 hours in 2 days. That's who.
Thanks, Leo.
So
I'm a fangul.
my plan is to be in the back of the ambulance. And just basically have a shotgun out the back, just ready for anybody to step and look like they're gonna come start taking shots.
So you aren't really going to act, you're just going to...
I'm gonna hold wait because we're getting ready to leave.
You're just going to leave the poor Don in the gurney sitting
Oh, I
out there
thought-
in the street?
We load the Don up. I thought we had already done that.
You're going to load the Don up then.
I guess, yeah.
I'm going to need an athletics test from you because, you know, you're putting a gurney by yourself into the back of an ambulance.
D6.
All right, I'll take a D6 and a D6.
2 people can't move.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a personal Benny.
Personal Benny, real roll though. See what happens. Hey, that's
Right.
6 aces. Even, well, you're going full vector range, so that's
Yeah.
total 7. Yeah, you were able to just lift the one hand, push it in there, you slide the thing in, roll it into the back.
It'll be
loaded in.
fine.
You know, not locked down or anything, so hopefully you close the doors at some point. I wouldn't say it was gentle loading, but Don Corleone has been loaded in, and you've climbed onto the back, kind of hanging onto a door, got a shotgun out.
I'm ready.
And then I believe it would be Jonah Monks after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to normal size.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to normal size.
Oh, there you are.
And then I am gonna get in, but still, you know, I'm gonna kind of squish in because I'm not gonna end that shape just yet.
Okay, so you're still in the form of a parachute, you're just
Well,
shrinking.
I'm still like a big, you know, gummy mass of
Gelatinous.
gelatinous flesh, and I'm gonna blob my way into the back of the ambulance and secure the wheels on the gurney
Well,
so
you
it
know-
doesn't roll out the back.
I'm gonna need that focus roll from you.
I'm not doing any powers. I'm only ending one.
Ah! Technicality.
Dun dun dun.
A technicality that I win on.
Rules a lawyer.
That's like literally the first time I've ever done that.
And I will forever hold it against you.
Okay, no, that's fair.
So, in a parachute form still, but shrunk down to normal size, you
Yeah,
ooze
because-
and
Yeah, I'm basically gluing the wheels down to the floor of the.
oh, so you're
It's
in
an,
the back.
it's an athletics
Okay, yeah.
roll, essentially.
Okay, I thought you were getting in the passenger seat, and it was much more entertaining to envision in my head. But
No,
you
no,
didn't
no. I'm
like-
slithering in the back and then locking the wheels down with my.
I'm gonna need that athletics
with my
roll. then.
gross Jello hands.
So what do you got for athletics?
It's a D10.
All right, a D10 and a D6.
Do you have a sound effect for him doing that? Because I can make one.
Go for it.
We're not gonna like
I
that.
got a 5. I feel like 5 is good.
Oh boy.
Like that?
Is everyone else like really uncomfortable? Because I'm
No.
really uncomfortable now.
No, you didn't like that?
No.
I'm
No.
really uncomfortable.
Okay. No.
Yeah, there are places to lock the wheels in if you wanted to, but instead you're just going to hold it in place in your gooey Jello form.
Well, I didn't realize there were those there. I don't spend a lot of time in ambulances.
Fair enough. But you've got him gooey glued
But
in.
but he can also kind of line the walls. So if any bullets penetrate the walls of the ambulance, he
It'll be
can
like I
absorb them.
automatically get shot.
You're cocooning him.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can
No
chance
absorb
of not
them.
getting shot, yeah.
So you're also cocooning the Don, so you'll be taking any bullets that might hit the Don.
Yeah, yeah. That
Way to
sounds-
take one for the team, Jonah Monks.
Hey,
Yep.
And that's going to take us to Harold.
Yeah,
Slash Paul.
Harold's gonna hop into the back of the ambulance, close one of the doors, use it as cover, and do some cover fire pot shots at the group as we.
Uh-oh.
Never do that again, please. That is holy. #jam.
That's how much they liked it.
Oh man.
Man,
Hashtag jam.
Sean gets more popular every week.
All right, so I'm going to have that count as a test roll. So I'm going to have
Okay.
you shooting as a test.
All right.
Now, does either of you have any shooting?
I got a little shooting for Harold. I
Okay.
got a D4.
A D4, and what are you using?
Oh, my Derringer.
All right, the little
Yeah.
pocket pistol.
It's cover fire. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get a D4 and a D6 -1 because you're in the middle. A 2 and a 1. Not really gonna do a whole lot other than you're firing shots in the general direction of people in the lobby.
They'll think twice.
It's just
Coming
bird.
after us.
Bird shot.
The bird has his gun!
The bird has a gun smaller than the palm of your hand.
Mhm.
Fair enough. That's gonna take us to a 2. At this point, everyone has loaded into the ambulance, so the accelerator has been pushed down. You're starting to pull away from the lobby. Not too many of the gunmen make it to the door in time to open fire, but the ones that do make it to the door are carrying Thompsons, and they just light up that ambulance as it's pulling out of the parking lot.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, can I get you to roll 12 8-sided dice for me?
That's a lot.
Now, they're using fully automatic weapons, and usually there would be a -2 penalty for using a fully automatic weapon unless you have an edge called rock and roll, which I'm going
All
to
of
edge
them have
roll
right
these
now.
guys,
Yeah.
and they all have rock and roll, so
No.
none of them take any penalties.
No, you're not. No, you can't. No.
Yeah, no, I'm totally going to do that.
Ace.
Oh no.
All of those total to 96.
Yes, I don't need a total from you. Thank you.
Just
I just need to know how many of them were higher than 4,
Are there 4? Okay.
or 4 or higher.
We're in a moving vehicle, right?
And we got some
And I'm
walls.
driving really well.
We got, doors closing.
And we're
closed.
cushioned by him. All
No,
over
that
the...
makes me.
I won ace twice.
We got cover, we got
Don't,
movement.
no, didn't ace
Does that
twice.
count? Because that was the second ace.
No.
Yeah, anything that ace they add together from
Ace.
the phrase. So,
No.
That's there.
Did
all
not
right, we're
ace.
looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, Bleo.
6, 7, 8, 9.
No, Bleo. Your mom aced.
Looking at 9 of those being hits, if I'm reading this right. Or is it 10?
James, you're asking a lot from the tech.
You really are. You're asking a lot.
I'm going to go with 10.
3, 4, 5,
So 10 of the 12 hit.
10 shots of the
No.
12. Considering they were shooting an ambulance, it's not
Yeah.
that difficult of a target.
It's a moving ambulance driven by me. And I'm
Yeah.
really good at driving.
It's an ambulance.
Real good.
No. No.
So that ambulance
It's
is
a
going to get
moving-
lit up. Let's see if any
it's
of this is
moving.
enough to really hurt the ambulance.
It's
So,
moving.
Oh no.
It was 9.
9 of them? Okay. But 4 of them were with raises. So let's do the 5 that weren't raises first. Give me a 2d6 roll.
We have a hawk boy.
Talk, man.
Give me another 2d6 roll. Give me another 2d6 roll. Give me another 2d6 roll.
You want the bad news?
Okay, give me a 3d6
I
roll.
just remembered that I have ace, so I can soak
Ooh,
attacks
nice.
on the show.
Oh.
If you're driving,
Ooh, that's a good
If I
one.
was
That's a
driving.
24. That one's definitely going to count. Give me another 3d6 roll.
Switch places.
We're interchangeable.
Okay, and another 3d6 roll. And the last 3d6 roll.
Wait, now hold on. Let me say this though. The turn is one dude. It's not the entire squad acting in unison. That's not their turn collectively.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
all of
is.
their turn.
What?
Swarm.
How does that? We don't act collectively. We don't all have our turn at the same time.
You're right, and when they get a better card, it's great, but when they get a 2, they all get screwed, and none of them get to go in between your turns. You all got to go. So it works out. It's called a wash.
Your mom's a wash.
Hey,
Oh, rude.
Could be. Wouldn't know. So only one of those shots is significant enough damage to even hurt the ambulance at all. So that means the ambulance is going to give you a -1 to any of your driving checks while you're at the wheel of it. One of the tires gets blown out in that entire spray. The rest of it just bullet holes in the side, windows smashed. But that thing keeps moving,
It's a
and
tank.
nobody
You guys
inside
sway.
Yep.
takes
Oh, yeah.
a wound from that. That's just pure fire raked upon the side from fully automatic Tommy
Wait, why are we
guns.
all driving?
Instinct.
Because you've seen The Simpsons too many times. And out of the parking lot, you roll, bouncing along a little with that one flat tire. And you can see guys from the lobby taking off to the parking lot to get into their own vehicles and attempt to try and give some chase, but maybe they'll be able to, maybe they won't. I'm gonna want a driving test from yourself as you try to get out of there and get some ground before any of them have a chance to catch up to you.
Would Vector stand by in case we want to switch?
John, why do you suck at driving?
I don't suck at driving. I just don't have that special thing that you do.
Oh yeah, I am.
You mean talent?
Oh!
No, I was referring to a song that he wrote when he was in a group of 4 young men in the 60s.
Yes.
That thing he did. Okay, anyway. So,
We got
my
the driving.
driving.
The McCarthy hearing.
6 plus 2.
6 plus 2, which means it's going to be down to a straight D6 with the -1 for the vehicle wound and the -1 for being in the middle. So a D6 and a D6, please.
Kinda.
That's 6 aced and becomes a 7. Just not enough to get a raise, but enough to have a total success. Pulling out of the parking lot, you hit the highway, gunning it, burning rubber, and rolling on one flat tire. It's a kind of uncomfortable experience for those inside, as that one wheel bounces. There's small bullet holes all over the side of it, letting in a little bit of sunlight from the outside. Broken glass all over the passenger seat.
While he's driving, can I shut the door and like start making my way to the front?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to start doing.
And as you're gaining ground away from the hospital, you got to pick a route to go here. You could try and hop onto one of the freeway ramps right here, or you could try, lose them in some city driving. What's your plan at the wheel?
Free ramps, city driving. Free ramps, city driving. Well, what time of day is it?
It's pretty early afternoon, so
Early
traffic's not
afternoon.
bad. I mean, it's only about 12:30, 1. Most people's lunch hour might be going on or just ended.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of people in the city if you
Yeah,
pick that route.
that is true.
But that could hurt or help you.
Right. There are more different ways to go in driving ways, and if we have to get out, there's more place to go. If we're on the freeway, there's really nowhere to go. So, through town.
Through town. All right, you have a bit of a lead on these guys. I'm going to want one more driving test from you. Need another D6 and a D6, unless you want to swap out with...
Well, your ability is only for when if we're under fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then a
That's not the
D6
same.
and a D6.
Oh, no, it's not. There's not.
6 aces again.
Okay, good.
And again. You take off.
Beautiful.
You pull a quick turn. Just slide the rear end out on the ambulance. Then another one. You turn down an alley, scrape by a dumpster, and behind
and I
another
yelled-
building.
And I yelled, Jonah Mox, be a tire! You can loan some of your mass to be a tire.
Give me his shape change.
You don't need all of it, just some of your mass to be a tire.
All right, what you got for that? It's a D8, right?
Yeah.
A D8 and a D6.
You
Miss Jonah Mox gets tired.
Round, baby, right round like a wheel.
Oh, come on!
Yes!
The world wants you to be a tire.
Here comes.
Wow.
You're the best tire. You're like a Goodyear. You're like
Okay,
fully
is
tread.
23 enough to make me turn into a tire?
Yeah, you're
Wow.
the best tire that ever was. I mean,
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
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 something you never thought would happen. It's also makes you very dizzy very fast.
Yeah, all I have to do is hold on, really. That's all I can do.
You just hold onto the wheel, and within a matter of, maybe 15, 20 blocks of taking turn after turn after turn, you're pretty sure you've lost all your pursuers.
Whew.
And you're able to slip the rest of the way through town, find one of the warehouses or office buildings or, basically a safe spot where you've got more Corleone soldiers, a place to stash the ambulance, and a place to stash your pop.
Somebody take us in, hide us out.
And then we flash forward to an interview room with Pete Lockjaw Lowe again. So, After you got the Don out of the hospital, Sammy wanted revenge or something like that? Is that how that went down?
I mean, revenge isn't really the word. It was more like hell on earth, like a reckoning, except I guess worse than that would be. I'm not exactly sure what a reckoning is, but it was bad. I mean, he didn't just want to punish the Rafanos for what they did. His insistence was that they were gone, and nobody ever heard the name Rafano again. After the end of that war, let's just say the four families were a new group.
And then flashback, it's a week since the Don got pulled out of the hospital. You've now got him in a secure, hidden location with private doctors taking care of him upstate where no one can possibly find him. You've been plotting revenge, not just revenge, but the complete eradication of your enemies, the Rafanos. You've had them on the ropes since that first night. It was a desperate move to try and hit you at the hospital. Just their one shot to take the head off of the snake, and it failed. So tell me a little bit about this revenge, this execution of the Rafanos and their operation as a whole. How exactly did that go down?
Well, I called in all of my contacts, all my surveillance bloodhound, the bloodhound gang, who,
In addition to just being really dirty rappers.
yeah. So they've picked up the trail of every bit of the Rafanos. They've been tracking them for a couple of days ever since I gave them that big talk back at the warehouse, right? So they've been keeping tabs on them, right? Plus, my man Harry here has been communicating with some of the other bird folk. They've been doing some surveillance from higher places. Like, some of the gargoyles in the buildings ain't really gargoyles, you know what I'm saying, right? So they've been watching their every move, sniffing out their trails ever since this all went down. Coordinated effort. Because I got a lot of guys, and they got a lot of guys who don't like them. All right?
That's a fact.
They know that what they did was dirty. A lot of people are really upset about that. They thought the truce was the truce. But then they go and pull this, they rub some other guys the wrong way.
And shooting up a hospital doesn't really earn you any favors.
No. So there are a lot of guys who are, part of the families, but also some affiliates who are willing to embark on this endeavor with us. So there are a lot of guys that are targeted.
So there's a lot of hits going on.
A lot of them going on. A lot of guys getting bit. A lot of guys getting bit.
Those are just the ones he shows up at. I would never bite another man.
A lot of guys a lot of dogs put down.
A lot of dogs put down. Some fixed.
Yeah. Some guys getting clipped.
Put to sleep.
Getting neutered.
Going to the farm.
Honestly, if you've seen like mob retaliations go down before, this is a completely different situation. Whereas in the old days, it would be drive-bys and running into a guy in a barber shop. Now there's like calculated hits, knowing where people are going to be ahead of time. It was like Sammy had control of the whole phone system and could just trace phone calls by looking at the phone the right way. Never seen Sammy act like that before, but suddenly his mind was more tactically sound than we had ever seen it. And in combat, well, he was something else entirely. Not like the Sammy of old, but like an old soldier. A guy that had killed more people than we had ever met. Same thing went for us. We went from being leg breakers and drivers to ninjas over the course of about a day and a half. They never stood a chance.
So it was a complete and systematic wipeout of the Rafano family, is what you're saying.
Until it was down to just one guy.
Just one guy.
And Sammy insisted on dealing with him himself.
And Don Rafano is dragged before you, yelping, yapping. the tiny, tiny, tiny little Don Rufano. Such a small dog.
I got him by the scruff.
Don't kill me, please.
Ah, boss, he's peeing. He's peeing right in the floor.
Have some respect,
For
God.
sakes, you need to go outside, say something. Scratch at the door for crying out loud.
He's got a hand. He got a hand with. You don't have to do this. I'll leave town.
Shut up!
And John Stone wants to analyze him. Because as the guy that's still in charge of a team, and being aware of what we're trying to embark on, we do know that we have to get information.
Embark on.
So,
Man, that was rough.
I want to make sure that there's any other information I can get out of him, I get it before we dispense with him. Because this is a top dog
It's true.
around here.
You know, one thing you are able to get, because John Stone can do things like monitor someone's heart rate and respiratory functions, and he's figured out how to use that essentially as a lie detector test when having conversations with someone. And John, you're 100% sure that if you let Rufano go, he's going to try and gather forces and come back at Sammy again. There's never a point where this dog is not a threat unless he's dead. You know, he will never settle into a quiet life, disappearing, running away. If he runs away, it's just going to be to consolidate forces and make another run. Start over somewhere else and try again. This is not a dog who gives up power. This Rufano was born into power. Much like Sammy, he would never just walk away from that. It would take something monumentous to push him to that.
Jonah Mox, you think he has any information on the contact we're supposed to be keeping an eye out for?
We could ask him. What's the guy's name? Scapino? Scapiro?
Scarlito.
That's the
Scarlito.
one.
I never heard of him. I don't know Scarlito.
You telling the truth?
For the first time there, he seemed to be telling the truth.
You know, interesting, because you said you don't know Scarlito, which means you do know a Scarlito. However, I believe you. I believe you don't know Scarlito. Gonna have to kill you anyway. Just being real, because you know it's all about takeover power. So appreciate the honesty. You're gonna die. So you have the last requests. What you like granted?
Just make it clean, please. Make it quick.
Boss, you want to do that yourself?
I mean, here is the dog that tried to have you killed. Had his son make an attempt on your life. Had people try and kill your father.
Yeah.
Betrayed the peace. Ruined your sister's wedding. And here he is begging for the mercy of a clean, quick kill. What are you going to do? Let's system shock everybody.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, that seems like the way to go.
This was leading up to
accurate.
something. I was like, something's gonna happen here. Because you were talking way too much. I knew something's gonna happen.
We're going to system shock everybody.
Cut him to the quick.
Let's go over there and start on the far side of this table here with Pete and Jonah Mox. And, well, you're going to stay exactly the same. That's probably not going to happen again. On the other hand, going to Jonah Mox and, or excuse me, not Jonah Mox, Vector Reigns and Scruffy, we're going to hop all the way over to full avatar there. Scruffy is going to be taking charge of things.
Front and center.
Yeah.
Yep, Scruffy front and center. We are going to push John Stone out completely, and Sammy the Bulldog is taking complete control over for the final moments of Don Rufano. And between Paul and Harold, we are actually going to go the opposite direction, and all Paul is coming to the forefront
All right.
to witness the final moments of Don Rufano. Now, you feel like these past few weeks, Sammy, that you've been really tempering your moves. You know, you haven't been being nearly as rough to the Rafano family as you would be. You feel like your edge has been taken off a little. You've been a little calm these past few weeks. And all that's kind of bubbling to the surface. You've got Don Rafano right here. His soldiers are either abandoned him or are dead.
Rafano, you've been at the head of all of this. You've been the one putting out hits on my people and my pops. This city is not yours anymore. This is going to be a different town. It's going to be the crown jewel of the Atlantic and a perfect place for me to poop on. Ah! And I just bite into this little guy.
There is yelping and screaming and blood as before your eyes, Sammy the Bull tears Don Rafano apart with his teeth. It is horrible. Blood and gore and fur everywhere. You have never seen a more brutal killing. And the broken, dead body of Don Rafano lays there, mangled and torn.
You showed him, boss.
You got him.
He got what he deserved.
Woof.
The city's now ours, boys. The city's now ours.
Over the next week, Don Corleone finally wakes up from his coma, but the injuries to him were so severe that he doesn't even wish to be seen in public anymore, and in private conducts a small gathering where the reins of power of the Corleone family are passed to Sammy the Bull, who is the new Don Corleone. Flash forward to the interview room. Pete, lockjaw low.
Yeah, no, you know what I've never really understood is why a guy spends time talking to another man that he's about to kill. But Sammy makes it look so cool, like every time. He like gives him a big speech. Next thing you know, the little thing's just shaking around in his mouth like a squirrel. And that's what the Don was that day. He shook him and he looked like a squirrel when he landed. And not the kind that you chase, but the kind that you caught already. You know what I mean?
I do. Now tell me about this new Corleone family under its new leadership.
Well, I mean, obviously everything changed. I mean, the 5 families were now 4, and the other 3 pretty much had to listen to the Bulldog. I mean, he was the legend over the course of us taking everything over had grown so out of proportion. The stories told to the right ears at the right times made us sound like we did even worse than we did. And I tell you, we did bad. We were not good boys that day. I'm not going to say things were rougher. The people loved him. The neighborhood loved him. He took care of things in that way, the way that his dad always did. You know, he had a heart deep down there somewhere. It's just that he tended to bury that when there was business to be done. And business was booming.
Flashback, the consolidation of power, the rise of the new Don Corleone, the prominence of the Corleone family. Tell me a little bit about the things that went down in the coming weeks when things really changed, when power really shifted fully and Don Corleone became the biggest criminal enterprise in the country, essentially.
Well, things went quite precipitously from there on out. Apparently, my crew and I were more efficient, more swift, powerful than any other crew that they had seen before. It seemed like we just had skills that the other families just didn't have. I mean, we were faster, we were stronger, we were smarter. We could be everywhere at once. Taking care of this, getting into that, getting out without being seen. We were legendary. And it wasn't just about power. It was about finesse. It was about efficiency and speed. And so, all the other families just fell in line. It just made sense. I wasn't gonna step on you as long as you didn't interfere with what I wanted to do. You played ball with me, I throw the ball back and forth. You toss me a bone, I bury the bone, keep it for myself, but you get to sniff it sometimes. You come over there, dig it up, lick it for a bit, and you put it back in. It's still my bones. It's my town. But everybody was prospering. We had the biggest share, but everybody got a taste. So,
And tell us about this big share. Is this, fancy cars, fancy clothes, fancy women?
fancy dog bowls, had a bone-shaped swimming pool. I mean, all the food was raw. I'm talking steaks, raw. I'm talking burgers, raw, right? The finest. Not this ground chuck like everybody else is used to. No. We had Angus, You know what I'm talking? Prime ribs coming up in here. It was good times, everybody, right? Money flowing like water.
Bones fresh off the cow.
And in the midst of all this, poor Scruffy is still bottom of the totem pole. And we find Scruffy McSween having slipped away for a little bit of his own personal time. About 4 a.m. in a 24-hour diner at the edge of town. Meeting with a man in a suit. Scruffy, we've got to talk.
Okay.
You've been giving us some great information, some really great information. We've been able to make some progress, but we need something more from you now, Scruffy. Something bigger.
What else can I do?
We need you to wear a wire.
Wire?
Yeah, you got to record incriminating evidence. Just your testimony alone's not going to do it.
What about...
In fact, if we get you to wear a wire and you record this information, you'll never need to testify. You'll never need to see any of them again.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. We'll put you into witness protection, put you up on a beach somewhere, give you a government paycheck. You can relax, have your own stash of bones, live the high life. Never have to go fetch something for anybody ever again. Never have to wax or wash a car. Get kicked down because you're not Italian. You'll be your own man, Scruffy. All you got to do is wear a wire.
How long?
You got to get the right conversations. You're in there for the right conversations. You get the right things on tape. That'll be the end of it. I mean, really, you can't get a better deal than this. The U.S. Attorney's Office has never offered a deal like this before. But we need enough to indict everyone.
Everyone?
Well, the heads of the families.
Okay. But just the heads of the families, not like...
We need something on tape so that we can put a RICO case together.
I don't know who Rico is, but if he's got his own cases... Okay, but if it gets too hot, you're gonna get me out, right?
Yeah, we'll get you out. We'll be right there. No
Okay,
worries.
like...
We got you.
Is there anything I gotta say to get out, or I just say, hey...
We'll always be watching.
I don't know if I like that, but I think that's probably better. Yeah.
We'll always be watching. You just gotta get it on tape.
Okay, but it's just the heads of the families.
Well, anyone involved in major crimes is probably gonna go down in the RICO case because of it. But they all treated you like crap, Scruffy. You've been at the bottom of the totem pole your whole life.
Yeah, but sometimes I scratch my back and I can scratch theirs, and...
Sometimes? And sometimes they what? Make you wash their cars, shine their shoes?
I mean, they don't make me. They ask me, and then they tell me, and then I do it. But
Is that the kind of life you want to live? Or do you want to have your feet kicked up on a beach somewhere, your paws in the sand, your own stash of bones, never worrying about any of this again, never having to do dirty work ever again?
give me the wire.
And so over the course of the next few weeks, the families are gathered and meeting, and it is formally declared that Sammy the Bulldog, Don Corleone, is now the head of all of the families.
The capo, the capo.
From Los Angeles to New York, all of it is in your hands now.
Woof.
Boys, I want to be sure that we're taking care of business properly.
What do you mean, boss?
Well, you know, I just want to make sure that it's known all over the place who's in charge of things, you know, how it's supposed to go. But I also want to make sure that none of us are breaking protocol. And by that I mean, we're not being too loose with our lips, talking about our illicit activities.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know,
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about, boss.
well, I mean, you know, you never know when somebody's just wearing a wire.
Is this like your first mob conversation ever?
No,
Boss, who would be stupid enough to cross you?
I don't know. But, you know, when
Nobody in this town.
when you reach this level, you got to be kind of paranoid.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That
being the
is
big
true.
dog in the yard is not the easiest thing to do.
no bones about it.
So,
It's in fact the reason you're having this conversation with them is you've just recently learned that Don Spazzano might be plotting against you. I mean,
So-
sure, he kissed the ring. Sure, he gathered with the families.
Sure, you said heal and he healed.
But people are talking. People are talking that he's making moves and he's not sharing. He's not kicking money up to the top, not splitting the bones at the top, maybe hiding some aside for himself. You know, word gets out that someone is not paying their fair share to you. Maybe other dogs might think, oh, I can keep my stash of bones and not hand any off to the boss of bosses.
So, boss, if that's what you're worried about, let him host the meeting. He'll play his hand. We'll know what he's doing before he does it. Our intelligence is too good not to. Let him host it. Let him feel like he's got the power, and then if he tries literally anything at all,
Make an example.
put him on a leash in front of everybody. Take him for a walk.
Give him a couple more spots.
Maybe this time red ones.
let him host.
We could just as easily head to 3 families.
It's an idea.
If you host, you're just gonna look like you're afraid. If he's gonna make a move, let him make it.
Harry, you're my conciliary. What do you think?
I think it should be easy enough to confirm or deconfirm any hidden assets in the family, but whether or not that is the case, I believe is immaterial.
You're talking kind of funny there, Harry. What is You're talking really slow.
The smart bird.
I need to, now that we're in a position of power, I need to have gravitas and respectability
Okay.
more.
All right. Just don't forget where you came from.
But don't
all right?
worry, he wears them on the inside of the feathers.
The long and short of it is, it's important to our family that whether or not you are doing anything wrong, there cannot be any question of it. Suspicion in itself is not allowable. If you put yourself in a position in which you could have any suspicion of them, they've messed up. They have to be unimpeachable in your eyes. That's the standard.
So you think we should go along with this letting him host it thing?
I think that which yields rules.
English.
By not maintaining a show of strength, you display your strength. I like the plan.
All right.
Let's Spazzano think that we're playing into his hands.
Hashtag fourth wall. If you force another to host, they have to spend money and resources on it. They got to make it nice, or they look like butterfly poor hosts. Some of a few resources.
Butterfly
maybe.
poor.
Fair enough. And so we flash forward again to the interview room with Pete. Well, so tell us about this gathering. Spazzano hosted this?
Well, yeah, we said we needed to have a meeting of the four families. I mean, Spazzano offered. He was clearly up to something at that point. I mean, at that point, we had pretty much every ear to the ground in every part of the city, and we knew that he was looking to make a play at being big dog. We figured if we let him host it, he'd make his move then we would know for sure. We felt untouchable, you understand. I mean, we had just taken over the city in under 3 months. We went from 5 families to 4 in less than a week. I mean, who could stop us? Nobody. We were going straight to the top. You know what they say? Something about the fall being... How does that saying go? Yeah, I don't know.
Flashback. The meeting is scheduled to happen today. Your informants to people on the ground have found out that 100% Don Spazzano is up to something. He's moved people. He's moved guns. You know he's going to make a move at the meeting. What did you do before going into this meeting as a team, as individuals, to set up to counter his plan, to essentially attempt to assassinate you and your closest confidants at this meeting? What was the plan you went in with?
Well, naturally,
Knowing that you knew his plan.
I know his plan.
You
Well,
knew
I know
his
his
plan.
intention.
Yeah, you know his intentions. You know the guys he was brought in. You even know where he got the guns. You have so much of a gun ear to the ground. You know everything before it happens. You knew they were going to try and put a bomb in your car. You knew everything before showing up to this meeting. What do you do to counter it?
I mean, I definitely would have gone and infiltrated as one of their guys.
I was gonna say something like that before the day before we break in to the place,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Spazzano's Pizza.
Is that what it is? The pizza shop? Sure, why not?
Spazzano's.
We hide
Pizza.
because normally
It just sounds like shitty pizza.
Honestly, it is shitty pizza.
What do we care? We're dogs.
it's like
We'll eat just the crust.
that's some good Velveeta, this pizza. I tell you what. Oh yeah.
Man, this tastes like it's out of the garbage. I love it.
They really rolled this one first. It was good.
What
I'm rolling it.
What does it remind me of? What does it remind me of? My own butt. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
a butt boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good butt.
I was rolling that.
That's a spicy
Oh.
butt.
So yeah, you wanted to break in beforehand. This was part of the plan, okay?
We
Part about replacing somebody,
stash-
shape changing. Okay.
stash some weapons.
Weapons stashed, okay.
You know, so we know where to get to them. Because they expect us to come unarmed because, you know, it's just it's a business
I think
meeting.
we should make sure that all the guns don't have firing pins in them. Like, just go with all the stuff that they
Yep.
got specifically to murder
Their
him.
stash guns.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm just
Sabotage.
gonna sneak in and just
All right, so we're going to handle this as a dramatic task, and everyone is going to have to participate in their own individual way with a skill from your character sheet that you would have used in the process of this. So we kind of had a couple of giveaways. You were going to infiltrate as one of them.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be the guy who guards the weapons that they're gonna use, and I'm gonna absolutely take all the firing pins out of all of those guns.
Well, I'm going to need, checks from everyone, so we can leave one thing. So your one thing is going to be replacing.
Yeah,
one of them as
thievery
well.
I'm going to use for that.
Okay, what do you got for thievery?
Oh, D10 plus 1.
All right, I'll take a D10 and a D6.
There's
All right,
6 and a
that's
3.
going to be a success. I'm marking it down as one success for the dramatic task.
I would like
He's
to,
also gonna loosen
I would
all-
like to spend my Benny that I got from the Joker earlier.
All right,
and,
re-roll that, see if you can
re-roll
do
that.
better.
I think I can do better.
Better than one success. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's already going to be better than one success. Both of them would be considered. So you're going to get a success and a raise. That counts as 2
I'll take it.
success tokens.
He's also going
Scruffy,
to loosen the nails in the script on his chair.
Scruffy, how are you participating in this?
I heard
breaking
they
of
were
the-
gonna put a bomb in our car, so
Yeah.
we're gonna stash actually 2 different cars on the road that I have the keys to, or I can quickly hotwire them. Since we learned that Sammy shouldn't be driving, I should be the one driving. So I'm gonna stash the cars there. I'm not sure if that's gonna be a stealth to hide them in plain sight, or
You tell me which skill you're going to use for it. Stealth would definitely apply in that case. So you could try another skill if you thought something else was more relevant. You make the call.
I think stealth is probably the best one. I
All
try to
right.
shoot more than thievery in, but that would be on the moment. So
All
let's
right,
go with
so what do you
stealth.
got for stealth?
I've got a D8.
All right, a D8 and a D6. That's 6 aces. Just not enough for a raise. Do you want to spend a Benny and try again?
I'm gonna leave it at just 1.
All right, so that's 1 success on the counter here. Don Corleone, Sammy the Bull.
So, we're doing this under the cover of night,
Okay.
right? Because, my guy here is helping us look out. Plus, I also use my abilities to scope the place out for any kind of traps on the premises using my notice skill. That's
Notice is
mine.
the skill you're going to use. Okay.
Any kind of stuff that's going to, be set there to be against us. If there's any kind of bombs,
Gotcha.
any kind of, what do you call those little holes where people shoot out of?
Murder
holes.
Yes.
Good name for it. What do you got for notice?
Moira holes. Well, John Stone has a notice of 12 plus 1.
But you're in full avatar.
Oh, I am in full? I thought I was in the middle. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
system
Yes.
I
shock.
would spend
Okay.
Benny. We got plenty
You
of
got it,
Benny
Benny.
in the
Yeah.
store.
Well,
You,
Benny
got
that.
one, you want to use one in the store? Move
Yeah,
this
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Benny from the store. You'll be in the middle. What is John Stone's notice again?
12 plus 1.
12 plus 1. I'm going to take a D12 and a D6. Even with the -1 for being in the middle, it's still a 12 and a 6. Oh, my.
Hi.
For a total of 20. That is a success with 1, 2, 3, 4 raises. That counts as 5 successes on the dramatic task.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's getting dramatic.
You know
That's
it's all-
you scoped out everything at Spontano's Pizza. You found every hidden gun, every secret passageway they had set up. You found it all.
I even
Anyway,
invented some on the way. I made a few.
Paul, how are you participating
No, wait.
in this?
Actually, I did. Because since I did, I was also able to notice any routes out of there.
Oh, yeah.
So once the thing goes down, I made it so that we can use them and they can't to come after us. That's how
you could
good
even
I
have
did.
places set up for your own
So I
men to
raised
come
up.
in.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
Corleone murder men.
Yeah,
Got
all
our-
set up.
Got some gun thugs.
Yeah, ready on hand. Okay.
Wait for them to pop out with their broken guns so we can shoot them with our real ones.
No one has broken the guns just yet, exactly.
No, he.
No, that was what I did.
That was what you just broke the guns. Okay, I thought you were
Moved the
shape-changing
firing-
as one of them.
took the
Okay,
firing
breaking the
pins
guns. Okay.
Yeah, that was my plan.
There's some ideas in chat that I'm absolutely loving, but I don't want to crib right now. So Paul is going to be a little more insidious than they normally are, because crime is the order of the day. So Paul is going to synthesize a narcotic, kind of sleeping chemical, and install a bellows pipe drill, and a line of something that we could just pump this facility in at a pre-established time, and also
You can
create
gas them out.
gas them out, create an antidote for all of us, so something we can take.
Nitrous oxide?
Yeah, something.
This stuff?
I'm going to make that be a multi-action for you. So you are going to take a penalty, but you're going to have two different rolls you're going to use to contribute to this. I'm going to need a repair roll first for the machinery. And what do you got for that?
That'll be a
for hidden revolvers behind the fire hydrants at some point too.
Yep.
Well, you did find some.
That'll be a 10 plus 2.
All right, so that's a straight D10 and D6 with the multi-action penalty. That will be a success. And then what do you have for healing or you can use science, whichever you prefer.
I'll go with science. I got a 10 plus 2 on that.
All right, that's another 10 and 6. A success with a raise. That puts you at 12 total successes, which is
I think we're gonna go with that.
more than enough
Yep.
to complete
We're
this
good.
task. And so it goes down exactly like that. You go into the meeting, the cars all pull up, the soldiers are waiting outside for the most part. It's only the higher ups that get to go in. And you're just waiting, Sammy, for that moment, because you know what's coming. You know he's going to spring his trap, and when he does, you're completely prepared for it. The guns don't work. Your own men step outside of hidden places. Gas gets pumped in that you have the antidote for, and so many of them fall down, just leaving you and the ridiculously overweight Don Spazzano. Completely undefended, essentially with his pants down. His play was a complete failure. And he knows it in this moment, looking at you, that you knew it was coming, that you saw every move before he did it, and you let him do it.
Did you imply that he was quite corpulent?
He is quite corpulent. He
Makes it
barely
even-
fits in a chair and is always eating. He was eating when he showed up to a restaurant for a meal with you. He was already eating.
Which makes it even more apropos that he loosened all the nails in his chair. So
He's about a 450-pound Dalmatian.
So
Sick.
heavy.
wow.
What's going on?
Sit.
I'm sitting.
Stay.
Stay. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, Spotty.
Oh, come on,
We
come on.
could
You
have
know I hate being
had.
called
Shut
Spotty.
up. We could have had a partnership here. We could have had a good relationship working together. You know, you just couldn't play second fiddle, huh? You couldn't let me be top dog, could you?
Hey, boss. We've already wiped out one entire family this month. Do you really want to do it to another? Let's say we keep Spazzano on. Maybe have him, he doesn't really have any men anymore, but he's still one of the best number runners that ever worked the business. And
Give you all my rackets. All. You can have them all.
yeah, we'll take those. We'll give you some new rackets down in Florida?
Yeah, I could go to Florida.
You ever been to the swamps? They got alligators everywhere.
You like humidity? Huh?
No, I hate it.
You like sweating your balls off?
I already sweat my balls off.
Regretting the fact that you're covered with fur?
You like driving 3 hours for pasta that's worth a damn?
Oh. I deserved it. It should have been me.
It should have been you. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Hey, you make moves in this town, right? You ain't entitled to nothing that you ain't earning for yourself. All right? That's how this game works. You got power, you get ahead.
Your
You
family
sit on
wouldn't be nothing
you get
without me.
nothing. Shut your mouth, before I muzzle you.
Yeah! Now, you take the crap job you get, or we go up to the roof and we throw the ball for you a few times. That's what we got left.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm gonna afford it. With the alligators. And no pasta.
If you get any ideas about coming back to the city here, Just remember how easily we took out your entire operation and all your guys here. Try me.
Right,
Try me, fat boy.
Now go home and see how many puppies you got left.
all right.
I hear talking. My ears are very good. I'm a dog.
He waddles out the restaurant, mumbling to himself about how it was supposed to work. What happened?
You showed him, boss.
I'll need to speak with his accountants to seize all of the family's assets.
Right, make sure all the paperwork
And this
is
time,
there.
none of the other 3 families come after you. Because you didn't hurt nobody. You just defended yourself. And you even let the guy live afterwards.
He's magnanimous.
Good word, Scruff.
Thanks, boss.
Hey, that's like one of them college words, huh?
Yes,
So-
he's coming along.
New York's taken care of. Where to next?
And flash forward to the interview room with Pete, Lockjaw. And so this is when things changed, when the new era of crime happened. Is that how it went?
Yeah, and it seemed to start so small, you know? Like there was New York, and then there was Spazzano, and then it was like a wave. Like pretty soon everybody was healing. You know? He said heal, every boss, all the way from New York to Los Angeles, healed. Didn't matter what they were doing before. Sammy was the new capo de capo, the big dog of the yard for the whole shebang. And I'm talking the United States of Dogmerica. All of it. If there were bones to be made in any illegal trade, you can bet the bulldog was getting a piece of that bone.
And that's when things got a little more bloody, maybe. You know, that's when the body count started to up. Was it?
The problem is, you got bigger business, you have bigger losses. I mean, not everybody's just going to bend the knee and not plan. Yeah, things got bloody. They were about to get bloodier.
Flashback. The Corleone estate, or mansion as it is. The finest cars, the finest food, the finest clothes. Harold, you've just gotten back to the mansion with some incredibly troubling news. One of the federal judges in the payroll has let slip to you that the U.S. Attorney's Office is about to land an indictment on Don Corleone, the other heads of the family, a big one, going all the way down. There are massive amounts of people that are going to go down from this indictment. He doesn't know exactly where it comes from or what's behind it, but he's just heard some mumblings in the U.S. Attorney's Office that they have somebody inside. And he's been passing them recordings.
Boys, we have a rat in the house. No, not one of those. I hate to be the one to break it to you, boss. We're being indicted.
This is a joke, right? This is a joke, right? Indicted by who? On what? Why?
The U.S.
Where
government.
and how?
For crimes. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, crimes. I could list them, but it would take
The
a
only
really
thing-
long time.
The only thing you know for sure is it's a RICO case. It's a conspiracy.
It's a
Which
conspiracy.
means organized crime.
Racketeering,
Okay, hold on a second.
laundering,
Hold on a second.
murder,
Harry.
theft,
Sure, yeah. Embezzlement, yeah.
embezzlement,
Hijacking.
hijacking,
Yeah, sure, right.
mail fraud.
Numbers running.
Mhm.
A few murders.
Shoplifting.
My contact suggested that the information that they were being supplied was coming from within the family.
You mean a rat?
A rat.
Inside our family.
Inside the families. Presumably someone with access to plenty of information.
You're telling me one of our guys turned on us?
That's what is being suggested, and the puzzle pieces are fitting. I can see this being an inevitability with our rapid rise to power. Everyone wants a bit of the cheese.
What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be in charge of that kind of stuff. You're supposed to be watching everything. You're the guy with all the surveillance. You got the eyes and the ears everywhere. How could this happen, huh? Tell me, Harry, huh?
I don't have control over everyone in the family, and neither do you.
But you should be watching these things. Any information that comes in or goes out, that's your job to know about it.
My job is the paperwork. And as far as the government is concerned, all of our money is clean, and our operations have been streamlined, made more efficient. I cannot, and nor have I been, responsible for personally reviewing all of the house security footage. That's what we have other people for.
We should talk to them.
We're going to need timelines on the actions of everyone present in the family for the last 6 months at least. Where they've been, what they've been doing.
Who they've been talking to. Jinx.
All right. Make that happen, all right? Make that happen. I want to know where everybody's been. I want to know everybody who's been in and out of this place. I want to know everybody's itineraries and the itineraries of whoever they've been hanging out with. So I'm talking their families, I'm talking their offspring, every single one of their litter, everybody. I want to know, all right? Get extra people on it now. Start writing this stuff down, taking down logs, visiting logs, all these things. We're gonna find out who the hell that was. We're gonna flush him out.
It shouldn't be difficult.
It better not be freaking difficult.
Who do you want me to talk to, boss?
Doesn't matter. We'll drag them all out of the dog houses and get what we need to know out of them. If it's the last thing we do, boss, don't you worry. We'll find out who this rat is, and we will tear him apart.
We will get him and destroy him.
Yeah.
And it's as you set off and leave that office from that fateful meeting, Pete, that you realize you've got to make a call. Because something is going to shit. And that is our episode of The Reliables for today, guys. You're going to have to tune in next week to get the conclusion of the Dogfather saga. And more great play of Savage Worlds Gaming. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're sorry for those technical difficulties at the very beginning, but sometimes that
Took
happens.
care of it.
Technical difficulties?
Sometimes that happens when you're dealing with the wonders of modern technology.
Leo!
Sequence,
And yeah,
fault. Leo's fault.
it's Bleo's fault.
Leo's fault.
It's all Bleo's fault.
As she cackles with glee.
She knows what she did.
But hey, also it should be noted that next week's episode is the season finale of this season of The Reliables. That's right.
Oh, man.
Season finale. Final episode of this season. Some strange things could happen. We've got a rat somewhere in the family. Gee, who could it be?
Oh, no. I love cheese chips, though.
And we will find out more on the next episode of The Reliables. Make sure you turn into Zoe Game Night. It's back this Thursday.
Yep.
You're going to get to see some fun stuff with those folks.
DGS?
Catch any of other episodes in VOD if you feel like. You can also catch the Halloween special from last week that we did,
Yep.
as well as any of our old Masters of the Metaverse episodes.
And so much more on the Fantasy Network. It is fully loaded with content, more than you could ever watch in your entire lifetime.
Yeah, so
And
smash that
all
like button.
free.
All free.
Free. That's right, free. So we love you all, and we will see you all next week for the season finale. Bye.
Ta.
Bye.